Ooh, alright, before you panic, don't worry, there'll be a new hardware video coming out this month before Christmas, and you won't want to miss this because I rage at the games quite a bit, and it also features hardware we haven't seen on this channel yet. So make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, yada yada yada. And I'd like to apologise for being really slow the past month or two. My full-time job has been really busy. I'm an NHS worker. COVID is still happening. We now got a new variant. Flu season, winter, it's nearly Christmas, so it's the most busiest time of year for me. I'm still working from home 99% of the time. I do go into the office every now and then, but most of the time I'm working from here. 8 o'clock till either 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Then obviously I spend time with my family, then I've got to make dinner, and then I've got to put my daughter to bed, spend a bit of time with the wife, do any chores, and then I get in here about 10, 11 o'clock at night, and that's my time to do YouTube videos. I'm exhausted by then, I really am. Sometimes I just want to watch the telly or just relax, and November and beginning of December, that's all I've been doing a bit. I have worked on my hardware video, but I started that at the end of October. I've just finished the script, I've done all the gameplay, and that's all I've done. So I really need to crack on, but I promise before Christmas. But yeah, this is the only time I get, like right now, it's it's 1:45 in the morning, because this is the only time I get to do it. So I'm surprised that I'm doing this right now. A lot of times, like, I got to set everything up. What I'm about to show you is me setting up this camera right now just to film me doing a channel update. And it has to be really far back because of the lens, and I can't see the screen. It can't swivel over so I can see the screen, so I actually can't see myself. So I have to set everything up, move everything out of the way, and then I have to turn it on. I have to do some of the settings because they keep changing, and then I have to sit down, just pretend to talk to it, take the SD card out, put it in the computer, see if it looks all right, and if it doesn't, put it back in, make some adjustments, and keep repeating that process over and over and over and over and over again until I am finally happy with how I'm going to look. So hopefully right now there's not so you should be able to see my hands here, not here but here, hopefully. I don't know. Also, this camera likes to overheat, but it doesn't really, well, it does tell you that it turns itself off, but because I can't see the screen, it might be off right now. And then I would be talking to the camera, like doing my videos, like hardware videos. I've been talking to the camera for 30 minutes up to an hour, because obviously I'll make mistakes, and then finally, and then I take it out, and then I check it on the computer. I always do this now. I check it first before I pack everything away, and that's when I see either the exposure's wrong, or I'm not quite in frame, or a bit cut off, or it turned itself off, and I have to do it again. Sometimes my mic, I was meant to remove this. I get picky as well. I am meant to remove this. It's meant to be showing that, so it's nicer for you guys. That's another thing. I have to sync up my mic here. This is not attached to the camera, because if you are listening to the mic from the camera, this would be how I sound. And from that distance, it's quite far away. Look, I could go, it is far away, the camera, but from that distance, I must sound terrible. You would think that's not much of a problem. I would just put my voice in the editing program, and then I'll put my camera in the editing program, which has the mic, and sync the beginning up. I used to have this clapperboard, so I could easily sync it up like that. So when the happens on this mic and that mic, I just put them together, and boom, there we go. So it doesn't sound so bad. But after about 30 seconds, especially a minute, and definitely unusable within 2 minutes, my voice starts to desync from the camera from here. I think this one's going a little bit slower. That's going a bit too fast. I'm not sure. But either way, it desyncs. So if I was just to use this one only, you would see that now my voice isn't moving in time with my lips. Whereas if I just use the one on the camera over there, it should be in time with my lips. So I have to keep putting that one back on and then resync it every 30 seconds. It's so much of a palaver. I hate doing that. And yeah, so this is just a camera setup. I haven't even talked about the hardware and doing all that, but we're not going to bother with all that because that's not too much of a problem. And lastly, before I get on to the good news, is that I have, like I said, I've just been burnt out. My last video I did was Super Monkey Ball, and I finally did a proper 4K video, 4K 60. Did 11 facts, so it's like one of those videos that's going to grab your attention real quick. Like, you know, your top 10 facts always do really well. It's not Sonic, but it's like related to Sega, related to Sonic. And I even made my own transitions. I was really happy with how that video turned out, except for the analytics. After the first hour, it gained about 400 views, and then almost a day later it gained 1,000, and as of the time of recording now, I just had a look, it's just hit 2,000, and it's, what was it, like nearly a month ago, coming from the top of my head, and it hit rock bottom. And obviously with me feeling demotivated as it was, it's like, do you know what, fine, I'm having a break. So I'm not blaming you guys, obviously I'm not blaming you guys. It's more YouTube's algorithm and such, and maybe it's partially my fault. I need to make better thumbnails or clickbaity titles, I don't know. Obviously releasing more videos consistently would help, but obviously I don't have the time for that. So that brings us to what's going to happen with me. After all that said, I've decided to quit moaning about it. You thought I was going to say something else. I'm going to do something about it for 2022. Videos will start to pick up again. My motivation will start to pick up again. So next December, we'll see how that turns out. And if I'm still feeling like this and unmotivated and tired, burnt out, and none of that has helped, then maybe that's it for me. But I'm really hoping that by next year, by December, I might go, yes, 100,000! Or at least, yes, 80,000. That would be nice. So what am I going to do about it? Well, firstly, you've seen me moan about my camera. I have decided to buy a new camera, and I've gone overboard on it. It's a really top of the range one because it's going to be proper 4K 60. The one I'm using right now is not 4K 60. It does 4K 30, and I'm recording this in 1080 60 at the moment, because if I put this in 4K, it has to crop like this. I can't move the camera any further back, so yeah, 1080 60 it has to be. This new camera will have tally lights on it, so I can see when it's recording, so if it ever stops recording, I would see easily that it's overheated or turned off. I see easily it's turned off. How about all the setting up, etc. Well, this camera remembers its settings. You've got 3 different settings and you can save them. So I'm going to have 3 different settings. 1 for this, 2 for when I'm doing my B-roll, and a 3rd one I'll tell you about in a minute. So I'll just have to switch, like, oh right, I'm about to do some recording like this. I'll just put it on 1, and then I've bought this tripod, if you call it a tripod, wall mount, ceiling mount, whatever. Hoping to put this up tomorrow, actually. That's the reason why I'm doing this video now. What this does, it will go on the ceiling, and if I place it exactly where I want and drill it into the ceiling, you've got this hook right here, well, handle, whatever. You just undo it like that, and then it will come down like this. And then the plan is it'll be on the ceiling like this, and it's in position because I've already measured it and I've already done all my stuff. So then I would just like put the camera on here, and it'll be facing my way. It's just there, ready, in position. It's remember the settings, I turn it on, and I would just check first time anyway, but in theory I should be all set up because it should remember. Once I'm done, I just put this back up, and it will go back up like that, and it's up on the roof. All done, sorted. I don't have to move everything because I don't need the floor anymore. It can stay there. That's going to save a lot of issues, a lot of time, and hopefully I won't come in and say, right, I need to do a bit of recording. I have to move all that, I have to set the tripod up, I have to do this. So not anymore. I'll say, right, I need to do some recording. Boop. Hello everyone. That's the idea. This new camera also has XLR built into it. So in theory, if I grab this mic, because this is the one I'll be using, this mic. So I just have to get a cable. I've got a short one there, just put it in there. It'll just go into the side of the camera. It'll be pointed this way, so I'll be speaking into it. I get high quality voice straight into the camera. So I won't have to do any of this with Audacity. I won't have to do any of this at all. It would just all be there, synced. I don't have to worry about the whole 30-second thing. It would all be done, and oh, that would save so much time. Again, everything's just looking up the way that I've got it planned. You may have also noticed that at the end of the Super Monkey Ball video, and I think it was the Atari hardware video, that Shadowcat has helped with a little bit of editing. In both of those videos, once I recorded my voice, I had to, I have to cut it up into pieces, stitch it together here and there. So I normally do my voice first, put it in the editing software. Right now I've taught her how to do that, so she did that for those 2 videos and I did everything else. But for my next hardware video she's doing that, but she's also done a lot of editing, finding game clips. So when I recorded my gameplay, it's like, right, he dies at this timestamp, at this timestamp, and this timestamp. He spin dashes at this timestamp, at this timestamp. I got hurt at this timestamp, at this timestamp, etc, etc. Because a lot of time when I'm doing editing and I put in the script, he can spin dash. Right, okay, he can spin dash. Where was that in the video? I have to search through like 4 or 5 hours worth of video just for him to spin dash. And what I have been doing recently is writing the timestamps, but then I have to go and find it myself, blah, blah, blah. So while I was writing up the script, she had been helping that and finding all of those and put it in a template editing file, so that when I come to do the editing, right, spin dash, I'll just go to this template, spin dash, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits that I can pick from right there and then. That's going to be, again, helping me speed up everything, and as time goes by she's going to help learn a bit more, and she's going to help do a lot of editing. And here's my wife, video editing.
I've finished actually. Hello everyone, how are you?
Woo. And then I'm just going to do little bits like the new camera I'm going to use as a webcam as well. I've got new lights like this one up here and the one I'm using there with soft boxes, because I'm going to change the way the lights work. So not only will this camera look much better in 4K and have more of a high dynamic range, but I'm going to change the lights so I look a bit better. Basically 2022 is going to be a much higher production because I want to do that. That's what motivates me. And if it gets the views, then I know I've done well. So hopefully this solves a lot of stuff. It will solve me to stop procrastinating. I'll get a lot of help from my wife with editing. And yeah, whenever I need to do the camera, just boom, 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 and then I can start. The voice will be in sync. This solves all that. The only thing it doesn't solve is time. I'm still gonna have to do this late at night. So there's still gonna be times when I come in and go, you know what, I'm just too tired to. So I am planning 1 straight to the point video a month, 1 live stream on this channel a month, 2 live streams on my secondary channel a month, and as for hardware videos, I want to say 1 a month. It might be a bit too much still, so I'm going to say 1 every 2 months. I need to stick to something that I can deliver. I don't want to say once a month and then I don't immediately deliver it. So I'm going to say once every 2 months. So that's the plan for that. I'm really sorry this video dragged out and went on a lot longer than I actually wanted it to. So 2022, you got 1 hardware video coming out before Christmas, and then I'm done until 2022 at the beginning, the January 2nd, sorry. You won't see a video straight away because that's when I'll start working on another video. So mid-January, you'll see a new video. That's when a new schedule will kick in. Obviously, right at the end, I'd like to say thank you to you guys for supporting me, watching all my videos, donating, moderators that help a lot, my wife that helps, my friends and family that gives me support. Without you guys, I wouldn't have gone this far and wouldn't done any of this. I really wouldn't, because I wouldn't be able to afford it for a start. But it's thanks to you that I'm still here. Let's see if I'm still here by next year. So thank you very much. Have a good evening. Take care.